In this video, I will show you how to set up your Emlid Reach base and your Emlid Reach Rover to communicate over LoRa Radio. This is the internal radio that is built into your Emlid receivers. This is the method that you will most likely use in most areas, whether there's network coverage or there isn't any network coverage. It is the most bulletproof and it allows you to work in multiple environments. We configure RTK so that all points that we measure or collect have centimeter level accuracy. There are three methods that we normally use when we are configuring RTK. You can configure the traditional LoRa radio, which will require you to have a base and a rover like we have here. And with this setup, you don't need anything else. The other method is to connect to your local N-trip or cause station that is available in your area. The other option is to have a base and rover like this, but insert SIM cards in those units and configure RTK using Emlid Caster. We will start with just configuring RTK using the internal LoRa radios. We will now power on our base. To power on the base, press and hold the power button, then wait for the two LED lights on the left and the right to come on, then release. Your power indication LEDs will flash from left to right. When they stop flashing, your unit is now booted up and you're ready to connect to it. We will now do the same for our rover. Now that we've powered on our base and then we've powered on our rover, we'll proceed to first connect to the base. To do this, we'll connect to the hotspot of the base, then open the Emlid Flow application. Let's proceed. Make sure your Wi-Fi is on, press and hold on it. You will now able to see two Wi-Fi hotspots, your base and your rover. Select on the base, then key in the password. The password is the same for all Emlid receivers. The password is Emlid Reach, all small letters. Once you have keyed in your password, select Connect. You are now connected to your base. Allow for a couple of seconds to pass for a notification to come. When this notification comes, select Tab for Options, select Don't Ask Again, then select Yes. You only have to do this for the first time you connect to the unit. We can now close the Wi-Fi settings, then open Emlid Flow. On Emlid Flow, you will now see your base. Select on your base. Let's now configure the RTK settings. Since this is a base, correction input has to be off. We will now set our base output. This is how the base will send out its corrections. We will set it to LoRa Radio, and we'll also set the frequency. Your frequency range is from 863.0 to 870. This is your frequency range. For this case, we'll put our frequency on 867.1. You can use any frequency that you choose within that range. Our air data rate, we will use 9.11 kilobytes per second. After this, we'll select Save. Let's now look at the base settings. Under base settings, this is where you configure the base position. In most instances, you will let the base accumulate its own position, then start sending corrections to your rover. The only time you change these settings is when you want to set your base over a known point. There will be a video on how to set up your base over a known point. Let's look at the default RTCM3 messages to use. Select on RTCM3 messages. These are the default RTCM messages that you should use. Let's go to Settings. Under Settings, go to GNSS Settings. Make sure your elevation mask is on 15 degrees. Your SNR mask is on 35. You can have all the GNSS systems turned on. And make sure that you have a GNSS update rate of 5 Hz. Now we are done with the base settings. Let's now connect to our rover. To connect to our rover, press and hold on Wi-Fi. We'll now be able to see the RS3 rover. Select on it. It will ask us for the password. The password is the same, Emlid reach. Then we'll select connect. Allow for a couple of seconds to pass. When a notification comes up, select tab for options, select don't ask again, then select yes. This we only do for the first time we connect to the unit. Now we're going to go into Emlid flow. On Emlid flow, now we'll be able to see our rover. We'll select on it to connect. Once it's connected, we'll now configure our RTK settings. Because this is a rover, it receives corrections. So we'll set our correction input to LoRa and make sure it's on the same frequency that we've set up on the base. The default frequency that we normally use is 868.0. For this case, we're using 867.1. The add data rate must also match the one we used on the base. Then we select save. Okay, now it's receiving corrections. Because we're not using this as a base, we're going to go into base output, then we're going to put it off. We're going to go into settings. We're going to go into GNSS settings. And then we're just going to make sure our elevation mask is on 15 degrees, SNR mask is on 35. We have all GNSS systems on, and the update rate is on 5 Hz. Once this is done, you will see you have a message that says move receiver. All you have to do is move around your receiver. This will initialize your IMU. Your IMU is initialized and your tilt compensation is ready. We have a fixed solution. The next step is to create a project. To create a project, select on the Survey tab. Once you're in the Survey tab, select plus. Now key in your project name. Now that you've created your project, you can input your author and descriptions. For this case, we are measuring ground control points. Once we have done this, you can also choose if you would like to use a code library. If not, you can skip this part. Select the coordinate system applicable to your project. For our case, we are using the HarteBS 94 LORWG29. Once we have selected the coordinate system, now we have to select our vertical datum or geoid. We're going to select on vertical datum. For the first time that you select the South African geoid, you are required to have internet access to download the geoid file. Let's do this. I will connect to one of my existing Wi-Fi hotspots. I'm connected now, I have internet access. I'll go back into Emlid flow. I'll select it, which is the South African geoid, then select download. It's downloading and it's downloaded and it's selected. Now I'll select save and my project is created. I will now connect back to my rover. I'll first close all the applications. Press and hold on Wi-Fi. Select the rover. Since I've keyed in the password before, I don't have to key it back again. It will still remember it. Open Emlid flow. Connect back to the rover. The rover is connected. I've been standing still for a long period of time, so I just have to reactivate the IMU. Tilt compensation is ready. Go back on survey, select the project that I've just created now, and now I can select plus, and here on plus, this is where I'll be able to collect points. Before I can collect any of my points, I have to key in the antenna height or the rover pole height that I'm using. For this case, the rover pole is 2 meters. Then I'll select save. I'll go into the settings here, and here on settings, I can choose whether I'm measuring my points with tilt compensation on, and also to set the collector rule so that I measure in fix only solution. And then I can choose also the collection mode. For this case, we'll be using averaging, and each point we average, or each point we collect, will be averaging for 5 seconds. I'll select save, move my receiver a little bit so that the tilt is active. Now that it's active, I can now proceed to take measurements. So the first point is measured, and it will auto-increment to point number 2. So the first point was GCP1, now it has auto-incremented to GCP2. We are now complete with our survey. All the points that we have measured are accurate to the base position that we averaged. This means that this survey is on a local system. If you want your survey to be on a specific system, you'll either do a base shift first, or you'll place your base on a known point. There are videos that we've put together that will show you how to do a base shift or how to set up your base over a known control point.